the wing of a sparrow or a plane drops down a couple feet again to catch the wind that still remains, but I'm left breathless anyway. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Just me here standing in the dark, but I'll light up everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away, I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away, I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa. Wanna take you for a ride on the big jet plane. Cause you icy, you ain't nothing like no plain Jane. Promise me that we'll always be on the same thing. I won't ever change lanes. Stay down, gotta maintain. Is you down for the ride? Whoa. We could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Whoa, whoa. I wanna take you for a ride, but I need you by my side. Copy PJ, let's go fly here. It's room for the two of us, no cowboy that day. We meant for each other just like our toys. Bad breath. I can't lie, you popping up inside my dream. I get butterflies, girl, you know what that means. Hey, hey, big jet plane. I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. We stuck together like how glue do. The type of shit I can't shake off. Big jet plane. I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. Show you more than what you used to. Strap on your seatbelt, take off. Let's hop inside the PJ. Ain't got it yet, so let me run up ratchet like a relay. She got a P, she from GA. We in the game like EA. So when she mad, I say, oh shit, here we go again like CJ. I'm a baller, I chase the green. Money hungry to catch my cuisine. Tryna put you on the bitch, but I ain't rich yet. Can't on the one in the ring. I'm deep in water, summer rain. Stay down, I'll put you in saline. So we gon' ball forever with all the cheddar. Just gotta stay on my team. Stay down to the coma. Watch me run up commas. Grind into the sun, it will shine just like the summer. Track start you up runner, I hit it, you say. So for you, I run on race like you say. Big jet plane, I'm the pilot. Cause ain't nobody seeing me, they fucked up they iris. Life is good, but I want you to know, for you I'll risk my life on a big jet plane, on some fly shit inside. Big G5s, get in my way, it's gon' lead to your demise. When it smoke, they chill out like a beehive. So don't get on thin ice like a seat line. Pull up back to the subject, you know she mine. Yeah. Real deal pressure like a 3-5. Put in work, I might grind until I go insane. But that's fine as long she with me on bitch jet plane. Is you down for the ride? Whoa. We could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Whoa, whoa. I wanna take you for a ride, but I need you by my side. Copy PJ, let's go fly here. It's room for the two of us, no cowboy that day. We meant for each other just like our toys. Bad breath. I can't lie, you popping up inside my dream. I get butterflies, girl, you know what that means. Hey, hey, big jet plane. I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. We stuck together like how glue do. The type of shit I can't shake off. Big jet plane. I can put you in a diamond ring. Introduce you to the finer things. Show you more than what you used to. Strap on your seatbelt, take off.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is another episode of Nerdy Live in the Morning. And we have a very interesting topic to discuss, which is kind of, sort of, a follow-up on a story I did, God, 2 years ago now. 2 or 3 years ago. involving Mizkif, his best friend, and the girl that they had cover up the essay of. Mizkif has been accused by Emiru, his ex-girlfriend, of being, well, let's just put it nicely and say that he was a toxic boyfriend. And not just like your standard toxic boyfriend, like he went the extra mile toxic boyfriend. And it's been hitting the internet for the past couple of days. Luckily, we have Internet Versus, aka Connor, who has generously compiled the story so far for us. And I figured, why not react to his video since it's clear and concise. It's great to have people like Connor working on stuff like this. That way the story can be condensed into 30 minutes, because the stream, like Emiru's stream, was at least, like, I want to say close to an hour. And then Mizkif, because yes, Mizkif had the bright idea to respond. I don't know if he has like a PR person or a manager since leaving OTK a few years ago, but dude, I imagine anyone on his side right now is probably like really frustrated, because the guy, we'll show the clips later in case they're not shown in this, but Mizkif admits to some pretty awful stuff here. So let's continue.
Over the weekend, Emiru went live and levied allegations against her ex-boyfriend and popular content creator Mizkif, claiming all sorts of things against him, such as domestic abuse, emotional manipulation, SA, and more.
So yeah, we got quite the list here, ladies and gentlemen.
She mentions multiple stories across their multi-year relationship, such as a time where Mizkif drove 150 miles per hour on the highway after he didn't get featured in a Mr. Beast video, with Emmy in the car, claiming that now both of them will die.
Which is, if we're taking it at face value, keep in mind the allegations are allegations, and that obviously innocent until proven guilty. Now, Emiru, to her credit, is actually in the process of getting a restraining order. I don't know if there's any other actions she can really pursue legally, but she has gotten police and like the legal system involved. So I think that lends credibility to her situation, because to reference something we recently covered, the Saberspark situation, the police were not involved whatsoever. And it did not help anything. So good on Emiru for getting the police involved, getting legal action involved, because I think it shows that what she's gone through is legitimate. And she's also shown text messages too, which I think Connor probably is going to show here in this video. But let's continue.
She also showed multiple text messages of Mizkif begging for her back after their breakup and months after they went to no contact.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, dude, I get it. You're sad, you're desperate. You throw a Hail Mary and you're like, I miss you, let's work things out. If they block you, or like they don't respond, or they say no, take the hint, man. Unfortunately, you gotta take the hint. They don't want to be with you anymore. It's a sad reality, man, but you gotta push forward, man. I mean, like, dude, you're a millionaire streamer. I'm sure you can get someone else. Come on, man.
Saying he was wrong and he still loved her. There's a whole bunch to get into, so let's just start. Welcome to the Internet versus Emiru's Mizkif allegations. It starts when a Pioneer tweets out this clip with the caption, "Emiru just accused Mizkif of assault, domestic abuse, blackmail, and worse."
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I've attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done.
And Reed replies, didn't Mizkif cover up SA a few years back, or am I crazy?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the fact that he's in this situation, I think further proves that that motherfucker did something a few years ago.
Extract says, who would have thought a group that had Mizkif, Tectone, and Asmon were normal? Over on r/livestream fail, Aromatic U2321 also posts the clip, and the Nocturnal Angel replies, Ludwig right now. Really? Right in front of my second public apology? And Kona Yukine replies, I'm out of the loop on this one. Can someone explain? And Benito 2002 says, Lud just apologized to Miz for everything he said during the whole Miz and Train drama about the SA cover-up.
Dude. Ludwig is such a spineless coward, man. Because like, he wants to be, oh, I'm Mughal male. I'll cover the drama Twitch news. But like, you're associated with like 80% of the motherfuckers that you like would talk about. So of course you have to like, any quote unquote hard stance you make in your coverage, you then have to like reel back and go, I'm sorry guys, I shouldn't have said what I said. I'm sorry. But look, it's just clear that like he does whatever he thinks will get him the least backlash. And like, I'm sorry, if you want to be that, it's fine if you want to be that type of content creator. Just don't cover news or drama then. If you want to be like the chill, like, hey guys, you know, let's not cause conflict here. Let's all get along. Don't be the Twitch news guy. I'm sorry. You can't be both. You can't have your cake and eat it too, my guy.
It always seemed like Lud knew more than he was letting on in that situation with Cuda and Maya being close. She had probably told Cutie Miz was weird, and that's why Lud even made the vid on Miz back then. Also possible reason why Miz forgave XQC, but not Lud, because Lud knew something more was wrong with him. And Terracon replies, Ludwig getting involved in streamer drama is the worst decision he's made in a while. There really is no benefit to him doing it. He's not some dying creator who needs the viewership boost. Steph Wunner says, it's always the ones you most suspect. And Difficult Phil replies, seriously. Dude has been a piece of shit since he appeared as Ice's cameraman, and continually has given off sociopathic vibes.
That's right. My apologies. That's right. I forgot he started out as Ice Poseidon's cameraman. That's why Ice has always commented on the dramas that he's gotten in with him. And by the way, Ice does support Emiru 100%. But we do have to keep in mind, people like Tectone, people like Asmongold, people like Ice Poseidon, yes, they're coming out, they're supporting Emiru, and I think Emiru does need support, at least for the most part, and unless like Mizkif drops like a massive bomb that's all been fake, which is not likely. Spoiler alert. We do have to keep in mind that the people who are supporting Emiru have an axe to grind against Mizkif, so do keep that in mind.
Vibes his entire career. It's always amazed me that so many people seemingly couldn't see it and the arrogant smirk that is his resting expression. I assume most of his viewers were bots and children. Instead, Sui replies, anyone involved with that crew is just fucked in some way, lol. It started an entire change in streaming. He tweets out this clip with the caption, Emiru talks about some of the abuse she experienced.
Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom, the holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And
yeah, because that's healthy. That's healthy, dude. Good on you. Good on you, Mizkif. You get a gold star.
At the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like,
what a stand-up guy. What a stand-up guy he is.
Like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food, and he was on his phone, and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video, and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess.
Was it Ludwig? I know like Ludwig and like Mr. Beast. I don't think they're friends necessarily, but I know Mr. Beast gave Ludwig one of his videos to upload to his channel. Was it? And no, this dude's a fucking psychopath too. Cause like we'll get into it later, but this guy, he'll like, if he sees another person in his circle is doing better numbers than him, he like throws a fucking fit about it. Also, good morning, Kevin Z. Good morning, Black Saw. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Zero Core. Hope you guys are all doing well today. But, dude, I feel so vindicated with my hatred of Mizkif now, because now no one can be pretend like, oh, it was just a misunderstanding. No, he wasn't trying to cover it up. Now everyone's saying what I was saying. What the greater commentary community was saying a few years ago. We ended up right in the end.
So, which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
As you can see, we're dealing with a very mentally stable
then
individual.
At home, other things would happen. Like, I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a...
What? What? Insecure with what? Like the relationship? Like him as a streamer? Like, why are you blaming her? Unless she gives you reason to like doubt yourself in the relationship, you can't pin the insecurity on yourself. I mean, not on. You can't pin it on her. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm still trying to wake up. I got my coffee in hand. Yo, good morning, Wookie Z. It's midnight here. I suppose technically morning after all. Yeah, I mean it is AM. It is AM where you're at. But no, like, come on, dude. How are you gonna do this to her?
There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better.
Boo fucking who? Where? My girlfriend posted a video and it did better than mine. Where? Dude, come on. Come on. Also, as far as I'm aware, right? Like, Mizkif had the SA cover-up situation, which he technically bounced back from, but like he's really only been able to maintain his loyal audience, right? And Emiru, from what I understand, hasn't really been one to go into controversy. It'd be funnier if she was secretly gaslighting him with subbotting. Oh my god. Dude, oh god. That'd be awful. Fracture's fragile little ego. Okay, running to tacos, John. Have some breaky back soon. Nice. Some breakfast tacos. That sounds good, actually. That sounds really good.
So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was going to be punished for it.
That's so weird. Like, you have to be, if you want to date me, you have to be successful, but you can't be more successful than me, Cause then that's gonna hurt me. Like, come on, bro. What a pathetic little loser. Like, come on, man. If I think it's fine, it's fine being like a competitive streamer and like wanting to do better, you know? And like obviously if you're like trying to improve constantly and like you see your peers doing better than you, I can understand feeling like, ah man, you know, like I gotta reach those heights. But like being like that level of angry, it just proves how much of a pathetic man-child you are, and that the only reason why you gained any audience to begin with was because you were Ice Poseidon's cameraman. You know what? That's probably what it is. He's really insecure about having to use Ice Poseidon to get his like first like ounce of fame. So now he's been trying to prove that he isn't because of Ice Poseidon, because Ice Poseidon's bad now. But dude, you are something else, Mizkif.
For it.
DMR replies, basically high school drama with millionaire narcissists. And Ashkin replies, I don't think going 150 miles per hour saying you're going to kill you and your passengers is simple high school drama. And George Altroy replies, and none of this is real abuse, just the behavior of an asshole.
None of this is real abuse? What? Bro, this is this isn't like an extreme end of abuse. So far. It gets worse. It gets worse. But like, come on. You're threatening to like harm yourself and your partner because your video or your stream's not doing well and that they're doing better than you, or some other streamer got the collab you wanted to. Question, did you like reach out to Mr. Beast to like try and do a collab? No, I bet you probably didn't. You probably expected Mr. Beast just to like bow down at you and be like, "Oh, great Mizkif. My video would perform so much better if you were in my video." Like, I guarantee you, like, I guarantee you, he probably doesn't even work for, like, to get people involved with his stuff. He probably just expects people to, like, fall in line and want to work with him.
I'm waiting for these serious accusations to be explained. Gosu Prime says, Amy is a very strong person to do all this while being composed, and anyone dealing with bad relationships should do the same. Good for her. But it sucks how people can be abusive in a relationship. There's no excuse for any of it. Then Cloudy Echoes posts the same clip on the livestream fail subreddit with the caption, Emiru talks about how Mizkif once drove 150 miles per hour and threatened that they were both going to die because another streamer had a collab with Mr. Beast. And Lazo Vodalazo replies to this meme saying, when your friend starts driving at 150 kilometers per hour and says, Mr. Beast didn't collab with me, and can't ban if I use this, lol says, I really hope he didn't watch today's Mr. Beast video. I'd be scared of what he tried to do. And Giffle Baby replies, for anyone who haven't or won't watch it, the video was about saving 1,000 animals. Maya and Alvia's sanctuary were prominently featured in the video. And Dense Calligrapher says, well, that explains everything. Uneducated Review says, 100% Ludwig, by the way. And Joe replies, can't imagine Ludwig and Mr. Beast being the reason you decide to end it. And Pirate sometimes says, yeah, the absolute deranged ego and at the same time pathetic self-consciousness is such a double toxic existence. You'd also post this clip with the caption, Emiru alleges that Mizkif gave her a black eye one time by throwing his phone.
Yep. It's pretty it's terrible. The fact that you can do that to someone you say that you love is just, it's awful.
He would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even...
Why would you even... What's the context of you throwing your phone at your significant other, by the way? Why? Why is that necessary? Why do you feel the need to throw your phone at someone you're dating? That's not how you solve conflict, my guy.
Hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah.
And Ron Mexico replied,
Dude, it's a fucking accident that I just fucking like just like slammed my my phone against your head. Yeah. Like, dude, come on. Come on.
Mizkif is a cancel culture pig that is finally getting the karma that he has rightfully earned. No one should be defending him right now. Hair Macau Zero posted this clip on the livestream fail subreddit. Mizkif DM'd Emiru stating he would, quote, end himself due to Emiru having higher views than him.
He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him.
And kinda cringe my man replied,
Dude, come on, bro. Why? Why do you feel the need to do that? To state that? You know what it probably is? I bet you he's like trying to like manipulate her into like, oh, okay, I'll end my live stream and then like I'll send everyone watching your way so that way you can get the bigger number. I bet you that's what it was. Because this guy's a real fucking loser.
guys, didn't Maya also said this? That Miz hated when Maya was getting more viewers? And Dry Mongoose replies, yeah. Maya said on her alt once years ago that Miz would turn off the house Wi-Fi when her viewers surpassed his on stream. Edit, she also hinted at other weird shit.
A good wife would have dropped a slur and lose those viewers. Oh my god, man.
He did to her and throwing things, and she had
But no, that's fuck. If again, take it with a grain of salt. But like, if what Maya is saying is true, like to turn off the Wi-Fi because someone has bigger numbers than you is insane. Like, come on, don't you like? I don't know. I feel like in a true partnership, you want the other person to succeed, right? Even if it means rising above you, right? Because hey, if you're both doing well and it's just like she has a bit more viewership than you, then guess what? Your bills are paid. Guess what? You don't have to worry about like, then again, how silly me. I'm thinking about this from like a lower middle class perspective. I'm forgetting that I'm talking to like millionaire narcissists. To be clear, I'm not calling her a narcissist. I'm talking about Mizkif specifically here. All it is for him is like, my number not as big as her number, therefore her bad. That's like his caveman brain.
threatened to call the cops because he wouldn't let her drive away towards the end of the relationship. Like he was sitting in the driveway in her truck bed yelling at her while he was trying to get to Alvius. And S3 Rilla says, what a pathetic little man. Uneducated Reviews says, Miz either has a counter nuke or he is genuinely going to end himself. And the Pinga replies, threatening S is insanely manipulative behavior. This is wild. And Farts Like Petunias says, it's also not her problem when he threatens S. And Uneducated Reviews replies, not to split hairs, but I don't think it was necessarily threats. Dude had attempts around this time and seems unstable enough to genuinely end himself over this shit.
Either way, dude, you gotta get fucking help for that. Like, I'm sorry, but if your mental health is tied to like making sure that you have a bigger number of viewers than your girlfriend, who I assume was long term at this point, right? Then I'm sorry, but like, you gotta get yourself checked. You're a millionaire. You have enough for a fucking therapist. Like, come on, bro. You gotta get yourself fucking sorted out with this.
He'd also posted this clip with the caption, Emiru accuses Mizkif of SA.
And I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying.
Class act move. Now, if this was a genuine mistake, a genuine misread on his part, then it's up to him in that moment. Because I assume they're at her place, right? Or maybe they're still living together at this point. Maybe they're in the process of moving out. Either way, it sounds like this is her main residence, not necessarily his. You need to. I feel like I did something wrong. Yeah, if she screamed, and like you had to jump to get off her, yeah, you messed up in that moment, and it's up to you to be a man, apologize, and take accountability for what you did. Be like, hey, you know what? I fucked up there. I misread. I should have waited for you to make a move and not make the first move, especially if like she's the one crying, dude. Like holding her, she says she doesn't like people touching her, which I assume if you were like in a long-term relationship with her, you probably already knew. But like, okay, you're holding her, she's crying, and you like want to like kiss her on the lips. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, my guy. Like, I don't know. Am I drinking the Kool-Aid here? Am I wrong? I feel like if he's genuine about like that being like a mistake and not him trying to like force himself on her, he should have apologized. And then like if she wants him to leave, he leaves, right? Or if she wanted to leave, vice versa. You get what I mean? Like, this is just, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. This is definitely sexual misconduct. And like, I don't know, as a dude, like, I can kind of see it. I could theoretically see it from his perspective of like, you misread the room. Like, you massively fucking misread the room here, especially if she's like crying as you're kissing her. But then like, to say, not even to say sorry, to say, I feel like I did something wrong. And then just like leave and pretend like it never happened again. I think is worse than attempting to apologize and failing. Because at that point, you're like, you're not even fully admitting that you did something wrong there. You're just, oh, you don't want to sleep with me. I'll leave. Like that's how he's viewing it. When in reality, like she was vulnerable. She was looking for you for some comfort, and you overstepped massively when it came to that.
Without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us.
Well, yeah, because like if he's like if he was exhibiting that type of behavior of like throwing stuff at you, yelling at you, just being overall mentally unstable, I can see why she was afraid to talk about it. You know what I mean? Especially, he might show it later on in this video, but there is a clip of her saying that she is going to get a restraining order on him.
Or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense.
And Scott replies, her words show consent to the kiss. She had a bad reaction to things going any farther, so he stopped. Where's the SA in this?
How to word this, because like obviously I'm just some dumbass in his 20s doing this. I think it's the fact of the lack of it's the lack of him trying to make amends, to apologize about what happened. Instead, he thinks and I've seen his response in clips. It seems like he thinks he did nothing wrong. And it's like, okay, but like, you don't necessarily have to say you SA'd her, but like, also too, you have to acknowledge that, yeah, like, I tried escalating things when she clearly didn't want to escalate them. Like, you can be kissed by your partner and not want to fucking sleep with them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm interested to see what you guys think about this situation. See if our opinions are aligning or not.
And Sir Crypto Conrad replies, that was a small part of the big picture, like her black eye and being told he will end himself. Super Friend replies to the clip by saying, start kissing, she lets him, he initiates to something more, she says no, he immediately jumps off and feels bad, walk away and respect her wishes, somehow is SA.
Okay, so like stopping when she's clearly saying no, like she doesn't want to it. Okay, you did good there. I mean, you shouldn't have like furthered it, but like, okay, you stopped when she like made it extremely clear that she did not want it to further initiate, right? But like, it's the fact that like afterwards you're not apologizing, you're not trying to make amends with anything. No, you're just like, oh well, I guess I'll just leave if you feel like I did something wrong. That seems like really cold to me.
Am I missing something? He didn't R her. He didn't force her into anything. He walked away when she objected to his advances. And OK Bud replies, I don't know if I would necessarily call it SA either, but he did come on to her when she was in a really emotionally vulnerable state, which is a little slimy IMO. And Super Friend says, I agree, but you have to realize the gravity of accusing someone of SA. You have to be careful. And Let's Lanius replies, you know what? When you state the sequence of events without the emotional delivery, I realize you're totally right. If this happened between normal people, it would just be an awkward moment and they wouldn't talk or go to the same parties for a while. And Super Friend says that was the
Yeah, but like they're also in like a relationship. They were, or at least were at that point in a relationship. Like I feel like you owe it to the person to like apologize. So like, hey, you know what? I suppose this is what would be discussed in court. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think the overall behavior of Mizkif, I think, is just pretty clear that he's a slimy guy who's a sociopath, a psychopath, whatever you want to call him, who has a fragile little ego. Because like it, because like, come on, dude. Like, it's just this is just. He shouldn't have done what he did. He shouldn't have done what he did.
the goal. That's not to excuse all the other gross and shitty things Mizkif is guilty of, though. SA is just the most serious crime here with real consequences that could potentially end up with him having jail time. Everything else is just abhorrent psycho behavior. And a particularly concerned citizen says, what it is more a case of is him taking advantage of her, which is bad but isn't criminal since he stopped after she
Also, I'm gonna feel like he left when he realized he wasn't getting any. That is a read that I think is completely reasonable. I don't know. I think Miz has a fucking history of boundary issues. No, yeah, and like I don't know, man. He's got like a weird issue with like SA in the past, like because like he did cover up what his friend did to that girl, right? Like he covered that shit up, and it's like I don't know, dude. You're not a fucking like. How old is Mizkif? He can't be like. I swear to God, if he's younger than me, and I'm actually gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up real quick. If he's how old is Mizkif? How old is streamer Mizkif? He's 30. He's 30. Okay, yeah, my guy. You should know by now. You're not like an awkward dude in his late teens, early 20s. You should know. I don't even think proving the bunny torture now would save Mizkif. No, yeah, like this whole like I'll say this right now. I think like the best case scenario for Mizkif is that like he shows that like she was bad in the relationship too, but that doesn't excuse or let us ignore the fact that he fucking threw a phone at her, gave her a black eye, punched holes in the wall, made advances on her when she didn't want advances, and then left and would be super controlling. You know, it doesn't excuse that stuff.
said no. It's very off to see a woman bawling and have your first thought be, let me get up in that. Mitch K replies to Superfriend by saying,
no, yeah, like, okay, like, I get, like, you see the girl that you're still in, like, even if they're not in a relationship at that point, you still have feelings for her, right? You comfort her. I don't know about the kissing. I feel like if you're gonna kiss her, like, maybe kiss on the forehead. I don't know. But, like, to try and turn it into, like, making out, I think it's just weird.
Tried climbing on top. There's your answer. And Superfriend says, not really, since she objected to and he respected that immediately, then walked away. And Love Life replies, he started kissing her when she was crying. Y'all are artists.
Whoa. So, like, this discussion, this thread is really interesting. I think, I don't know, because, like, obviously she's going through a lot at the time. Obviously, in hindsight, you can say, oh, well, you should have, like, you should have said no to him in the moment kissing you, right? But, like, I don't know, man. Like, it sounds like emotions were high. She was in a really, really vulnerable position. I'm sure, like, she wasn't thinking with 100% of her faculties. You know what I mean? And granted, I don't know what necessarily Mizkif was thinking at the time, but it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. Just don't. If you like, when I see a girl crying, my first move isn't like, let's fuck. You know what I mean? Like, if it turns into that. How old is Miz? He's 30. He's 30. You should know better. Like, if it turns into that, you know, like, it has to be like a mutual decision. More specifically, her decision. You know what I mean? Because she's the one in the vulnerable state. If you guys sleep together, I think at that point it should be 100% her decision.
And Dr. Smegman quotes Emiru saying, "I let him." And Love Life replies, "Yes," meaning she didn't stop him. She was sobbing, by the way. He jumped in at a weak moment and she didn't stop him until he decided to continue even farther. That's normal in shocking weirdness situations. Stop preying on weak people and people you're estranged from. Aris. Yeet also posts this clip with the caption.
Wow, I think I thought of a horrible joke and feel bad. Should I share? You can share it. You can share it. I won't ban you. I won't ban you. You can share it though.
Emiru says that Mizkif has been indirectly threatening her for a while.
I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And
Alex Brick situation vibes. No, yeah. I can definitely see it. He's 30 and and acts like he's 18. I'm 26 and I'm glad the rose-colored glasses are coming off for streamers. Yeah, me too, man. Like I'm like I don't know. I'm 23. Like I don't know. I can see this and go, yeah, you fucked up massively here. But he can't, because like I think if I remember correctly, like right after he became Ice Poseidon's cameraman, he got like a hit. That's really when his streaming career started, right? So like this dude has been able to act like a fucking dumb teenager for the past what, like probably almost 10 years of streaming, and it has been able to get away with it. From what I understand, he fucking treated like the OTK parties like fucking frat houses. Like, yeah, the dude's a dumbass. Oh boy, what did Wookiee say? If he doesn't want her to say no, he should have. Oh my god. But oh my fucking god. Wookiee, no. Wookiee, no. Wookiee, no. Wookiee, no.
an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing
That's
this
awful.
is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he...
What a fucking psychopath, man. Oh yeah, if you ever talk about the bad things I did to you, I'll just like slander you. He can't be accountable for his actions. Didn't he say she was abusive too by throwing plushies at him? No, yeah. His justification for throwing a goddamn phone and punching the walls was, guys, she was throwing stuffed animals at me. And I'm sorry. Look at this girl. Look at this girl. She looks. She's skin and bones, okay? Even if it was a weighted blushie and she's throwing it at him, how much damage could it do? Right? How much fucking damage can a plushie being thrown by this like skin and bones girl? Like how much damage could it do to him? Nothing. That's what. She's tiny, yeah. Like she looks like she looks short, and that's not even me making fun of her. She just does like, I'm sure she could scratch his eye out if she wanted to, right? But like, come on, man. Throwing stuffed animals is, I think, ridiculous. And like him trying to justify throwing like water bottles and his phone is just moronic. Like, do you understand how you sound? I honest to God, I want to hear a Mizkif fan try to defend this. Because, like, even Ice Poseidon's like, yeah, this boy fucked up. Like, honest to God, I want to hear how a Mizkif fan is going to rationalize all this bullshit.
even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together.
The mountain of Kirby's is the force, though. Yo, yeah, don't mess with Kirby.
Asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Dude. Like, how long do, like, domestic rabbits live for? Because, like, I knew someone who, like, owned mice and rats, right? And, like, mice and rats only live to, like, 2-3 years tops. How long do rabbits live for? I imagine it depends on the species, right? Domestic rabbits typically live 8 to 12 years, but their lifespans can be shorter or longer depending on factors like their breed, diet, whether they're indoors or outdoor pets. Okay. I mean, okay. She doesn't have enough Kirby's, actually. True, Mysterious K, true. Um, but like, okay, maybe the rabbits she had were already like seniors. You know what I mean? Plus, too, like any pet, I imagine rabbits probably have some health complications now and then, right? Like you can have like a perfectly healthy like 3-year-old dog, and then suddenly like they have health issues and they pass away at like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like this stretch of. And by the way, okay, so like you see that she um you see her allegedly abusing animals, right? And you still continue to live with her. I think that would say a lot about you, and the fact that you're never the only time you're ever like bringing that up is like to use as ammunition against her. When it's interesting that you can't really bring up anything she's done to you, you have to bring up what she's done to animals, because you know that obviously people are going to be more sympathetic towards something like an animal than they are you at the moment. So I think it's real scummy. You actually have 3 bunnies. Oh, that's nice. That's adorable. Only rabbits in Australia and America is different, though. Oh yeah, I would imagine so because of the environment and everything. But yeah, like I don't know. My guess is she probably isn't responsible for the rabbit's death. So if it was an Easter breeding farm, they might just be full of cancer. Breeding mills for rabbits are crazy bad for rabbits. I'd need to know where she got the rabbits to know if they died young. Yeah, right. Because all we know, they could have just died of old age and around the same time, you know?
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay.
And Repsion replies, Ms. loves covering up SA, so this is no surprise to me. Good on her for standing up for herself. I don't think she realizes how many people support her. ADHD Man posts this clip on the livestream fail subreddit with a caption, Mizkif went up to Emiru's employees at TwitchCon 2025, saying if Emiru says anything about him, that he will destroy her.
Streamers who are around us a lot when we live together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused.
Dude, that's fucked
Obviously.
up. That's fucked up. He's like, yeah, guys, like, if she tries to say some shit about me, you got my back, right? And they're like, nah, man, nah, I don't want none of that shit. And funny enough, all your former OTK friends are now supporting her, which I think is fucking funny as hell.
They're not insane. And even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her.
Dude, the fucking ego on this guy. He thinks he's fucking untouchable. If I'm gonna be fair, she probably she wasn't a great bunny owner, but she wasn't abusive, kind of just lazy and took on more than what she really could deal with. I've been following the Emiru situation on Asmon's channel myself. Ooh, nice, nice. But no, yeah, like, dude, like, I think that's really low hanging fruit that you have to like, oh well, she wasn't the best bunny owner when I was dating her. Like, is that not like grasping at straws in order to like get any sort of like ammunition you can on her? I'll be back briefly. Have to leave for court soon. You gotta go to court, man. What'd you do? You run someone over? Zero core? You rob a store? You murder someone? What did you do, Zero core? But no, like, and like, by the way, say what you want about Asmund. I think Asmund's been very respectful of his coverage of it, especially towards Emiru. Because like he had someone in his, I saw a clip on TikTok, and he had a chatter say, "Oh well, why didn't she just report it the first time around?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, why didn't she report it, knowing that he was a physically abusive person?" Like, I can understand why initially she probably wouldn't want to like talk about it, considering just how like controlling this guy is. You know what? My wife has got pets, but due to circumstances, couldn't always be there to care. So I would step up and care. Exactly. Like, I don't know. You're the boyfriend. Like, you're the boyfriend. You're living with her. I mean, yeah, they're technically her pets, right? But like, you know what? If you want like brownie points, you want brownie points with the girl or the guy that you're going out with. Help take care of their animals. Why is he taking photos with his brother than just necking up and doing work? Because I think at that point he just wanted to like have dirt on her. He didn't actually care about her. He just wanted to like have ammunition that he thought could be useful against her. And I think it's just really, really sickening, like like this guy's behavior. It's part of the process trying to get my daughter back. I'll leave it at that. Oh, okay. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that.
Whatever that means. And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, "Hey, worried about her. Hope she's okay." You know, right after
threatening that, like, hey, if you fucking say anything about me, I will ruin you. And then you're like, oh, I'm just like really worried about her. You can't play both sides. You either hate her or you don't.
He just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. Feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this.
And WeMaster14 replies, I bet Maya has some shit on him too. And Super Top Gun says, why?
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the clips. From where he did like streams with Maya, and it's like, dude, you're just, I don't know, it just seems like you're overall just like a terrible person.
Why is everybody on Twitch such trash? And Windmaster says, because they're so disconnected from the real world. Blow Bandit says, now she destroys him. Checkmate. And yes, he replies with this picture of Hassan and Kaya editing Kaya as Mizkif and Hassan as Emiru.
That's
Disastrous Song posted this clip on the livestream fail subreddit. Mizkif rages over Emiru's Rust stream viewership. And unfortunately, this clip has copyrighted music, so I can't play it. For the first 30 seconds, it's just Mizkif showing up on stream, saying, let's go. He's excited, showing the view count being 22,500 on his stream and Emiru having 19,000. Then as the stream goes on, they switch viewer counts. He has less than her and he starts getting upset, kind of being sad, low energy.
Oh no, I only have 19,000 people watching me. Side note, when did Connor turn into a 40-year-old serial killer from the 70s? Oh, I mean, he's had that look for a while.
Energy. He's getting angry at people, getting mad, and then he ends the stream early. And from there, we can play the rest of this. There isn't music in this part. Emiru reacts to Mizkif ending the stream early, so here is the rest of that clip.
What does unofficial Mizraid mean?
Guys,
Oh, he did?
Listen, why are we all acting like we haven't murdered, like we haven't pillaged, like we haven't had to do what we had to do to make it here where we she had a one-hit advantage. She was coming after me. I had to attack back.
What the fuck is this?
What are you? Was that a test?
You said
Well, I have some cloth in my house.
Let me check my body real quick. Did anyone loot me?
Yeah. Go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right
There you
back.
go. Oh, she probably has to talk to him, be like, hey, why did you end stream early? He's gonna be like, because you have more viewership than me. You shouldn't have more viewership than me. I need to be the one with more viewership. Like, boo-hoo. Boo.
Yeah,
the
she's
fuck,
trapped
dude.
now.
Fine, look what I did.
Sick, okay, sick, okay. I'm stuck in here. Okay, sick.
I'm gonna make some steps.
Hello, sorry. It's like 20 minutes.
And then
Yeah, she had to. She probably had like a fight with him about everything. Like, come on, dude. And plus, too, it's not like you're doing like this big, like, massive event, right? You're just playing fucking video games. People gonna dip. People gonna like go. People gonna come back. Like, sometimes on on a Nicholas Diorio stream, on like a topic stream, right? He'll have anywhere from like 2K to 5K viewers at any point during the live stream, and it dips and it rises above that. Like, it happens when you stream. Like, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. My viewership can dip anywhere from like 5 to 10 to sometimes only 2 people watch me. Sometimes I'm fortunate enough to have like 15 people watch me. It's just how things go. Like, dude, if it bothers you so fucking much, do something different than with your live streams. That's just doing like casual gaming streams. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, my guy.
Long John Silver's Rayleigh replies, he actually just kept going back and forth and slamming the door because he didn't get a big enough reaction. Like, actually, man-child, holy. And Potato Bunner says, that shit is embarrassing. And that's only the shit we see. Imagine how bad it was off-stream. And Newtown Law says, it seems BPD. I recommend anyone who is close to him to take the precautions needed to be safe until he gets a mental health diagnosis and a medication if needed. Spartan Soldier says, that insecurity is just insane. Forcing someone to go offline because they had more views than you. And Sam Squam Patches says, over 19k viewers too. The greed is just fucking insane. What a loser, Lamau. And King Fiasco replies, that's where I'm at with this. Imagine having 19,000 people watching you play games and being upset by that number. Cloudy Echoes also posted this clip on
The fucking ego on the guy. The ego. A few times this week, your notifications haven't been working. I had to turn them on and off again for YouTube. And like sometimes that happens, you know? Like sometimes not everyone's notified that you're streaming, or sometimes people are busy while you stream. You know, sometimes like just stuff happens to where like people who want to watch you can't do it at that moment, and that's perfectly fine. You still have you still began the stream with what it showed, like 25,000 people. Like, oh no. The end point was 19,000? Boo hoo. Boo fucking who. That's still like a massive number. That's still like a number that like a lot of streamers wish they would get. Like, you're still a millionaire. You still make money. Like, brother. You're such a fucking narcissist with a fragile little ego.
The live stream fail subreddit of Emiru pulling up a bunch of texts with the caption, Emiru shows the consistent harassment she kept facing from Mizkif after they broke up. And we're just going to go ahead and read these texts that Mizkif sent. According to Emiru, these are all after they broke up. And it starts with Mizkif saying, hey, just to make sure, you don't have recordings of me, right? I'm getting harassed that you do, and I'm assuming it's nothing. And then a few weeks later, he says, do you know why I'm removed from everything? Why I'm kicked from OTK? Nobody's answering my calls and I don't want to bother you, but I'm panicking and I don't understand what's happening. Then the next day he says, says, can we please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated by my own org? I just want to be okay with each other, and I feel with our streams and lives, we shouldn't have this feeling. I came home and feel terrible. It feels so odd that I cannot talk to you or anyone and just know what's happening. And the next day he says, can you please respond? Then 2 days later he says, I understand and we'll just leave you alone. But I really would appreciate if we can talk. I won't text you again after this. I really do want to talk if possible. Then a week later he says, I know you don't want to hear from me, but I can't just not message you. I still care about you. If you need to talk.
Okay, dude, I get it. I get it. You still have feelings for the girl. It sucks not being able to talk to her. I get it, but like, you gotta let her come to you, man. You gotta let her come to you. Unfortunately, man, like sometimes shit just does not work out, even when you want it to. But if we're being real, though, I think if you really did want it to work out, you wouldn't have been doing shit like throwing phones at her. How would you even talk to a 19K chat? At that point, you would just be, well, I think at that point, you would just be reading like dono messages, right? Like at that point, you're not even reading like your actual Twitch chat. You just be reading like dono messages. Like if I know I'm never going to reach to that point, but like hypothetically, if I had like even 10K viewers, you know, I wouldn't be able to read everything. I would probably be able to read like super chat donos or the occasional comment I see. You know what I mean? And like the dude is in such a fortunate situation. And now I bet you next time he streams after this controversy, he's going to get little to no viewership.
Talk, I'm here. I'm so sorry shit like this happened. I'll be up all night if you need to talk. Then the next day he says, can we please talk, Emmy? I'm so sorry for what I said. Then the next week he says, can we talk tomorrow? Then a few days later he says, hey, I found out you weren't invited to the party. I knew you wouldn't want to go, but I didn't do invites. You were invited, of course, and I hope you're okay, and one day we can talk. Then another few days he says, Emmy, can we please talk? I really need to tell you things. I'm so sorry for the past few months. I'm so sorry for so much that happened. I need this time to be alone, but I really love you so much. I just needed to know what being alone, and I learned I need you. I don't want to be without you. I regret so much that I hurt you when I left, but I know I needed it. Then the posts continue here, skipping that first paragraph on the left, and it says, please, call me. I haven't stopped thinking about you in months. I know what I want, and it's you, and only you. I've been nothing but miserable without you. I love you, Emmy, and if you take me back, I want us to be a real relationship. I want us to go on dates, to live together, to plan our lives. I want so much with you. Please just hear me out. I wrote out a lot of how I feel. I've been writing so much and learned so much about myself. Just please, if you can hear me out. I love you so much, Emmy. I've been crying every night without you, and I'm sorry I've done any of this. I've been so depressed without you. Just please call me. I'll be up. I will do anything for you. I will come home from Japan right now for you. Then the next day he says, can you answer me, Emmy?
Dude, it's just, unfortunately, you gotta move on, man. I don't know. I've like at this point, if you don't know the context of him just being a massive piece of shit, right? And you just see this stuff, it's like, man, you gotta fucking move on. Like, dude, I don't know. I think the fact that like she's leaving you on red, I think is clear enough that like, okay, I'll be generous. 1, 2 messages to her talking about how much he misses her and wants to talk to her. I can understand that. If she's leaving you on red constantly for all these messages, unfortunately, you have to take the hint, man. You have to take the hint. It's a hard pill to swallow, but she just doesn't want to talk to you, man.
Just at least tell me you moved on. Then about a month later, he reaches out again saying, hey, would you be willing to talk? And then another month he says, hey, I know it's been a while. I just want to say that I'm going back to Austin next week, and I think that you and I should at least be able to talk and communicate with each other. I'm going to be also doing a lot of collabs, and I know you've been doing a lot of collabs lately, and I feel that we should be amicable with each other, so it's not weird because we're both now doing a lot of clubs, and I feel like it would be really weird considering we're both also in the same, or that we're just not talking to each other at all and have zero communication. I want to come back and for us to at least be okay. I don't need to talk to you about anything in terms of relationship. I just want to talk to you in terms of business and also just overall collaborations. So I think we should have a conversation.
Guys, it's just business. It's just business.
If you can call me sometime this week, I think that would be great. Hope you're doing well. If we can't communicate and we're going to continue to not talk, this is only going to get weirder and weirder as we're both invited to the same things constantly and we are both involved in awesome activities. It's best for both. There's also this message where he reaches out on Discord saying, can you please answer my phone? Along with these Discord messages from a few days after the last messages we read in text, where Mizkif says, I'm sorry. Not a day has gone by in these last 4 months where your final words to me, don't go, haven't echoed in my heart. I walked out your door thinking I knew what I wanted, but I was wrong. I told myself I needed to be alone, that I had missed out on being single in my 30s. I convinced myself I needed space, freedom, distance. But the truth is, I was afraid. Afraid of commitment, afraid of what it meant to truly let someone in, even someone as beautiful and kind as you. So I tried to protect myself in the worst way possible. I pushed you away. I told myself lies to justify it. I said I was bored. I said a relationship would hold me back. I said I didn't want to be with just one person. But those weren't truths. They were shields I put up to avoid facing my fears and the parts of myself I hadn't yet healed. And in doing that, I lost you. The last 4 months have been the hardest of my life. Whatever people may see on the outside, online, or anywhere else, know this. I've been lost without you. I've missed you every single day. I've cried more times than I can count just thinking about your smile. The way you say merp or make those little sounds when you were happy. I even had to unfollow you at one point. Not because I wanted to forget you, but because seeing you reminded me so painfully of how badly I messed up. I love you, Emmy. I always have, and I know now I never stopped. I know our time together was far from perfect. My mental health weighed heavily on us both, and I'm so sorry for what I put you through. You carried more than you ever should have had to, but I'm working on myself now, really working. I've started treatments. I'm on Lexapro and propranolol, and for the first time in a long time, I feel clarity. My emotions aren't running wild anymore. I think more clearly. I feel steadier. I'm learning to be the man you always believed I could be. And now that I can see things clearly, I know this without a shadow of a doubt. You are the love of my life. Every night we spent watching shows, every silly conversation about cheddar, every time I walked into your room as you were about to go live, I cherished it all. You brought color and joy into my life in ways I didn't fully appreciate until I lost you. And I hate that I let fear and pain.
Unless I've copy and pasted a recipe, I don't think I've sent a text message this long. Just like, I mean, I've sent I've sent like a paragraph before, right? But like, come on, bro, this is pathetic, man.
And pride blind me to how lucky I was to have you. Emmy, if you still have any space in your heart for me, I would love to spend the rest of my life making things right. Loving you the way you've always deserved to be loved. This time, full.
And you know what? I will say this. If she's genuinely the love of your life, why are you doing what you're doing now? Why are you trying to smear her as like a rabbit abuser? Why are you trying to why are you trying to justify what you did to her because she did X, Y, and Z? I'm just saying, if you really did love her, you would acknowledge where you fucked up. You would say, yeah, unfortunately, that happened. You take your fucking lumps. And guess what? At the end of the day, you're still a fucking millionaire. You never have to work another day in your goddamn life. Boo fucking who if you lose viewership. You never loved her. You never did. You just wanted to possess her.
Fully. I am leaving for LA, but I would make it work with you.
If you genuinely, if you love someone and they don't want to talk to you anymore, you respect that. You respect that. And as painful as it is not to talk to someone that you care about, you have to like believe that they're going to live a good life, and that if they ever want to, they'll contact you again, and then maybe it won't be the same, but like you guys can like make some sort of friendship or maybe even relationship if you guys work hard enough towards it. But like the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, I know I did X, Y, and Z to you, but I'm guess what? I'm back. Like you can't just expect her to be like willing to drop everything to be with you again. You know what I mean?
even if we can start small. It's always been Matt and Emmy, and it still could be, if you'll have me. And then back to the LSF thread, Kappa Rapper Chopper replies by saying, get it twisted, 99% of obsessed exes give up right before they get the response they want. And Light Shelter says, almost there, just one more essay. And Jerry Freeze corrects him saying, ChatGPT prompt. Deva Frog says, Mizkif caught essaying. And 43 Eyes replies, essaying and essaying. And Greedy Anda says, getting out the Eminem lyrics. Then over on the r/OTV and Friends Rumors subreddit, Straffrey1992 posts this summary called Mizkif domestically abused Emiru. And most of this we've already gone over up to basically this point right here. But there's also new information like OP posting about the World of Warcraft allegation, saying only things too. He would message her just because they're in the same class in World of Warcraft. Emiru presents message receipts. See VOD 1 1920. This happened while Emiru was live. Essentially, Emmy claiming that Mizkif would
Maybe throwing the phone at no one just isn't the same. Oh my god, yeah. It's like you don't get the impact as you do when you throw it at someone's face, you know? Like when you throw it at the wall, that's boring.
would get upset because Emmy picked the same class as him in World of Warcraft, and she attaches a bunch of messages which start off with Emiru saying, but how do I know it's not just someone who doesn't follow, lol? Yes, I'm still wanting to be DPS, but for dungeons I have to tank, yeah. And Miz replies, you really don't, like you don't. And Emmy says, how can I not tank in dungeons? And Miz says, you straight up don't have to, because you're a DPS? And Emmy says, my group didn't have other warriors. And Miz says, yeah, I know where this is going, and I'm not dealing with it. I asked for a boundary.
Dude, this is all over World of Warcraft? And I'm sorry, the boundary of you can't play the same class as me? What the fuck kind of boundary is that?
And it's always crossed. You don't know boundaries. And Emmy replies, huh? How can I not tank as warrior in dungeons? And Miz says, because you aren't a tank. And Emmy says, when I said I don't want to be a tank, I meant I don't want to tank and raid, which is still true because I don't know what I'm doing. And Miz says, you do not need to tank in dungeons. And Emmy says,
dude, this is all over World of Warcraft. This did not need to be a fight. Holy shit, my guy. Stop. It's not that deep. It's fucking wow, my guy.
Says, so I just don't ever pull aggro. And Miz says, now I'm going to get so much shit nonstop. Emmy is better. Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. You just take. And
oh my, is that it? You're worried that people are going to think she's better than you? Hang on. I have to re-listen to that.
so much shit nonstop. Emmy is better. Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. You
boo fucking who? She's better at you in a video game. Emiru more like Emma. Oh my god. Thank you for the dono, but still. Wookie no. Wookie no. Wookie. Goddamn Wookie. That's so fucked up, man. That's so fucked up.
You just take. And Emmy says, I don't understand what you want me to do. And Miz replies, not tank. Just that simple. And Emmy says, what the fuck does that mean? And Miz says, you already played warrior when I told you we're going to get compared. And Emmy replies, don't pull. I'm gonna pull aggro because I'm a warrior. And Miz replies, no, you're not. Another warrior can tank. And Emmy says, I didn't have another warrior in any of my groups today, and no warriors wanting to join. And Miz replies, girl with 27k couldn't find a warrior. You can every time. You just want to.
Dude, he's bringing up the numbers. He's bringing up the numbers because I bet you she probably had more viewership than him, so he has to bring that up. 27k viewership and you can't even find a warrior to play? That's bullshit. It's like, bro, why is it always a fucking like ego dick measuring contest with you, dude? Way to prove how insecure you are.
To tank. I know what you're doing right now and I'm not dealing with it. And Emmy replies, there were no warriors asking to join, and why is it bad for me to pull in dungeons? And Miz says, because now I'm going to get compared nonstop. Because now people are just.
Because now I'm gonna get compared no, bro. Who the fuck cares? Why do you care so much, my guy? You shouldn't. What? It's fucking World of Warcraft. You shouldn't care this deeply. If your relationship is, I'm sorry, but if your relationship's important to you, any friendship, keep in mind, like imagine being mad at your friend for playing the same class as you because they might be slightly better. But like your partner, someone you're claiming is like the fucking love of your life, you're like, you can't fucking play as the same class as me because you're better than me at it. I'm sorry, maybe you need to switch classes. Maybe you need to stop playing tank and go down a different fucking route, my guy. This is pathetic.
Just going to say you're better because I told you this when you first told me you want to play warrior, and it's already happening. You just don't care about this stuff ever. There's no boundaries with you. Now we're the same class, same thing.
Oh my god, who fucking who, my guy?
Tanks. And Amy says, dude.
Dude, standard relationship boundaries are like, hey, I don't want you talking to like so and so, because I don't know, they give me weird vibes. His are like, no, you can't fucking play the same class as me, goddammit. It's like, bro. All my World of Warcraft players in the audience, have you ever broken up with your online girlfriend before? If like they played the same class as you, was that like a deal breaker? Hang on. I'm gonna ask Squatchin this. She's probably not gonna respond immediately. But I'm going to I'm going to give you her response next stream. Hey Squatchin. If your husband played WoW with you and played the same class, is that a deal breaker? Is that or divorce? And Squatch is gonna be so confused by that message. Squatch is gonna be so confused. None of my GFs were gamers, so no, never played WoW. I've never played WoW actually. It's Squatchin and Peepaw that like are my immediate like, oh, you guys have played WoW before. I think Neon's played WoW before. I don't think Neon's watching at the moment.
And Mrs. Don't dude me. I asked for one thing with you. Don't be a tank, and now you're tanking. What can I do? Enemy responds, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And Miz replies, don't tank. Yep, there it is. Enemy says, I'm playing the game. And Miz replies, tank, Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, the you're worse than Emmy's, the Emmy is so much better, the people saying you're better.
Dude, why do you fucking care so much?
Every chat. The comparisons, since nobody will be on my side, let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you to not become a tank and you didn't listen. Now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. Then back over to the Reddit post that led us here, OP continues saying after breakup, she was hopeful they'd be cordial. After finally going through so much, she finally cut ties with him. She hasn't spoke to him since January 2025 this year. And then here's all the different contact attempts, which we read earlier in the video. Then OP posts about the Sysathon incident, which for context, we have covered this on the channel before. It was essentially a situation where a stalker approached Emiru, Valkyrie, and Senna on a pier, and they ran off, talked about it. We went over all of that in a previous video. But anyway, here is how OP summarizes it, saying, Mizkif talks in the Santa Monica incident on stream, and then would talk about Emiru's stalker stories that she herself kept very private about and doesn't want public on. One story where a stalker went to the house and Mizkif basically held the guy away. Turns out Bonnie was the one and called the cops. Back to the Sysathon incident, off-stream Emiru was crying. Senna and Valkyrie asked why. Mizkif kept bringing up the stalker stories that Emiru didn't want public. Asmongold, Senna, and Valkyrie all tried reaching.
Bro, for a guy saying he can tank, he sure can't handle aggro wall. I'm just like, dude, like, is it like, I don't know, to be bothered by it in the first place is weird, but like to make a big deal about your partner playing the same class as you, I think it's just so weird. So like, come on, bro. Why would you do like comment of the day, yeah.
Out to Mizkif to stop, but he ignored them. He was aware of them trying to tell him to stop, but kept going until the end of the stream, essentially saying that Mizkif was just leaking various stalker stories that Emiru went through that she wanted to keep private on stream after the Santa Monica Pier incident happened. OP continues saying Mizkif would ask streamer friends what Emiru is up to, i.e. has she slept with anyone recently. As of today, last contact.
Bro, Bro. I don't know, man. Fucking move on. Okay, I have to run now. Leave you in browser for watch time. Have a great day. Yo, thanks for the lurk, Zero Core. Hope you have a good day, man.
Was 2 months ago. Mizkif threatens Emiru that if Emiru exposed him as an abuser, he would cook up a plot that mentioned Emiru killed her rabbits. Mizkif had threatened to silence her through various avenues, directly and indirectly through friends and her employees, etc. And she files a restraining order on both Texas and California. Opie continues saying, to simply put, Mizkif domestically, physically, mentally, and emotionally abused Emiru. She mentioned Mizkif has done this with other people similar to her own. She now wants to move forward from all this. Disclaimer, try to add as much details as I can. If I miss any important details or misspoke on something, apologies. Then linking the VOD saying, my 2 cents, huge weight lifted off Emiru.
I should go to sleep, but my schedule is screwed. I feel that. I've been there.
Brave of her, and can finally move forward. Over on Twitter, Dexero posts the news about Emiru coming out about all this, and Nuxtaku quotes the post by saying, Mizkif then, respect.
Dude, I fucking hate Nuxtaku. Every single time this motherfucker comments on a drama, it has to relate to the culture war somehow. This guy is insufferable. Shut the fuck up. You're a loser VTuber. I do not want to hear your political opinions, right or left.
Spectre of women, mass collaborator of female streamers, helps girls in a male-dominated industry, progressive values in politics, racism is bad, Mizkif, gambling is bad, Mizkif, tectone is bad, Mizkif, feminism is based, Mizkif, Mizkif now, allegations of covering up SA, allegations of SA, allegations from multiple women, allegations of stalking women, allegations of harassing women, allegations of manipulating women, every single time. And Builder Plays Games replies, he does these things to get close to them. Male feminists are the most dangerous thing to women, as they don't see them coming. Loadmouth tweets out, finding out Mizkif is a huge piece of shit is like finding out water is wet. I have not met a single bigger streamer who wasn't incredibly cool except for him. Every interaction I had with him was always so weird. Demay tweets out, after years of being part of the Twitch community and having friends associated with Mizkif, not once did I ever hear anything good about him from his own people. It was always the weirdest, dumbest, and most egotistical stuff I'd ever heard, and everyone just dealt with it. If you're against him, he'll convince everyone around his circle to not associate with you. He'll do things in his power as a big content creator to put you in the weird position to forgive him or to stop talking bad of him.
Like he did with a girl who he covered the essay up. He ostracized her, made it to where no one would want to work with her, and it worked. It's just ashamed that a situation like this had to happen in order for people to start taking this stuff seriously.
I'm glad people are finally speaking up. I hope everyone can finally move on and heal. Much love. And Bao the Whale replies, fuck that guy, holy shit. Tectone tweets out, I don't really care that people know I was right about Mizkif. Just support Emiru right now. Thanks. And Brad Matthews replies, trading Rich Campbell for Mizkif was a crazy good trade deal I never saw coming. Project Merlgen says, when it finally hits you that the entire Twitch scene is just a daycare for toxic, emotionally unstable crayon eaters cashing in bits while broadcasting their daily mental breakdowns and delusion of grandeur. It's like the 70s/80s version of morning soap operas for single moms. You'd also post this clip with the caption, Asmongold's open message to Mizkif.
Any open message to Miz? Fuck off. Have some dignity and retire.
Right? Dude, take accountability and just leave. Used to work night shift. I realized after a year I kept staying awake longer on my first and last day. I was only sleeping 6 days in a week. Oh, dude, that's not healthy.
Like I mean, that's my honest, like, you know, what advice do you have? There it is. But you're really mad at him, huh? I don't even know really if that's the word to use. It's just like it's just I don't know.
Ice beside.
He sounds more disappointed than anything else. That's like, I get like disappointed dad vibes.
And tweets out, I've always said Twitch streamers have tons of skeletons in their closet. Wait until people find out about everyone else at the top and the corruption and weirdness behind the scenes. If you thought Hollywood was bad, wait until you see more. Remember, the CEO is best friends with all these people on personal levels as well, and everyone knows everything about each other from gossip behind the scenes. So when something comes out and everyone acts surprised, it's always an act. And Gato Fumura replies, so you're admitting to knowing a bunch of horrendous, potentially criminal shit and you're just sitting there letting it continue? What a profile and courage, Lamau. And Ice Poseidon says, without evidence, you get sued. But I've been very much in the know with Twitch, as I was one of Twitch's biggest streamers before, and I got to see and hear a lot of weird shit before they tied
Dude, he was at the Diddy parties. He was at the Twitch Diddy parties.
up a bit. Obviously, they still do weird shit though. And Gato says, this is the US. It's almost impossible to win a defamation suit as a public figure. Save that bullshit excuse for foggy London. Dr. Mullick replies to Ice Poseidon by saying, CX coin, am I right? And Ice replies, I'm honest about what I do. That's why it's so easy to come after me. But I can promise you I'm a much better person than most of the
No, I mean, I wouldn't say you're a better person, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, you admit that you're a scumbag. You're not exactly trying to hide it, which I guess is more respectable. But like, still, you're a scumbag.
and friendly streamers out there. They are not genuine and do questionable things. Also backstabbers, most of them. FaZe Rain replies to Ice Poseidon with a 100 emoji, and Lambert says, yeah, these freaks are just like a pedo Hollywood and shit. And Ice replies, VTubing a tiger diaper baby avatar on front page. No morals, no dignity. Profiting off mental illness. That's also why they don't have security at TwitchCons. Can't scare away your literal target audience. Parasocials give the most money. Eat tweets these posts with the caption, Ethan Klein reacts to the Emiru situation, and is Ethan posting two clips that we've already looked at, where Ethan says, Emiru comes forward with horrific and extremely sad allegations against Mizkif, and another clip saying, poor Emiru, I feel so bad for what she's been through. You deserve better, girl. Arya Saki tweets out, one of the reasons
Has Slasher chimed in, lol? No, but that'd be funny.
Byron ended himself was because he was jealous of me. Mizkif 2025. I was cordial during a live stream where you asked to come over and collab, just to save you the public shame. And my plan was to ask you out to lunch for a serious talk. I have messages with Emmy approving this plan, although doubtful. It wasn't completely hopeless. I needed to see for myself since I had seen Miz as a friend too. I had known about your terrible treatment to others and wanted to know if you felt any remorse or could essentially be changed. But you went live anyways without my consent. I end up letting you down there too, but after the stream, I offered some time for a talk, to which you agree. Miz came over to my place and we talked for around 3 hours, going in circles about his mistreatment in the scene. I do my best to incite the possible path of reflection, but ultimately to no avail. The man was convinced he had done no wrong and everyone was out to get him. I gave you a chance to come clean about anything, just to see if there was any humanity left in you, and you fucked it up so hard. The one statement that broke all hope for you, not realizing I had become close to Byron. Not once during the time I talked to him every single day leading up to the tragedy had he ever mentioned your name. Once I angrily confronted you about that and showed you proof of our friendship, you quickly tried to change the subject after saying, well, he was. I've been holding on to this shit statement for some time now, waiting for the right moment when Emmy decided to come out with everything. You were a shit human, Miz. You were not the victim, but you create them. We got on the right track when you finally mentioned mood swings, but quickly after admitting that, you go back to the pity party narrative and I was honestly just done. My stubborn grandmother has shown more ability to self-reflect than you, and I've had it listening to you talk in only victim tongue. Don't ever mention Byron again to further any sick narratives of yours either. And Echo Mixon says, genuine question, why is shit like that always kept under wraps? Bro is clearly not right in the head and nothing was done until one person spoke out, and then obviously the floodgates opened. And Arya replies, like you said, the floodgates. It's not an easy task to deal with so much public opinion all at once, and you can only imagine the amount of things that are currently left unsaid because of said fear. I'm an anxious person too, but ultimately feeling more relieved now that it's out. All we can hope for is the encouragement so that others can come out with their truths too. Wakko also posted this on their page saying, my Mizkif essay and harassment experience. 1.
Oh boy, there's more. Oh no, there's more, Mizkif. What are you gonna do?
Our first hookup, I was so drunk I couldn't keep my eyes open. Originally, I was supposed to crash on the couch, but somehow ended up in his bed. I remember all I wanted was to sleep, but he kept trying to kiss me and undress me. I finally let him have it because I was too dizzy to care anymore. He made sure to coach me to say that it was consensual afterwards and get the story straight because he was afraid of being cancelled. He was so sweet at that time that we ended up having a consensual fling after.
Bro. Dude.
afterwards. 2. After our fling ended, he started terrible rumors about me, telling people I was manipulative, bad, and awful human. He would tell people that I see myself during S and that I was crazy. I would hear the most awful rumors from people I had just met even years later. He would continue talking about me long after we no longer interacted. This made me never reach out to people anymore. I was mortified of the rumors he'd spread and depressed over what people thought of me. Lakari is witness to the depression Mizkif caused me. He's also witness to the harassment I experienced long after the fling was over. 3. During my relationship with Lakari, he'd regularly talk shit about me and constantly tell Lakari that he doesn't know the real Kwekko. He tried poisoning our relationship the whole time. He would plant ideas into Lakari's head to start fights. After the relationship with Lakari ended, Miz upped the shit talking even more. Lakari noted that it looks like Miz was actively trying to ruin my reputation. I would hear how everyone in Austin hates me because of what Miz would say. I think Emiru is super brave for coming out with her story. I struggle with posting this as I don't want to be associated with—
Dude, it's just a repeated pattern of behavior for this guy. It's clear that he's not
or tied it to him at all, but I want to corroborate her story with my personal help Mizkif kindly gifted to me. And Morgpie replies, "Love you, Q. This is horrible and I'm so sorry you went through this. We're here for you." Mizkif also put out a stream going over a lot of these allegations, agreeing with some things that Amy alleged, disagreeing with others. We will be putting out a video going over Miz's response tomorrow, so subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss it. But for now, shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko, Salsao, Dakotas, Bandito, and Captain Crash Out. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you on the—
Actually, I'm wondering because I have some of the clips pulled up, but I'm wondering if he hasn't actually uploaded right now. Because if he does, we're gonna watch it. No, he doesn't have it uploaded right now. Watch, he'll have it uploaded like right after the stream. Either or. I think this is good to look at. So let's continue on with some of our coverage, shall we? Mizkif claimed he never threw a phone at Emiru's eye. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but it wasn't during fights. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed. When I brushed, she did tell me she got bruised and I stopped. How hard are you throwing your phone on your bed though? Because if I toss my phone on my bed occasionally, right? That's not something unthinkable to do. But if you're leaving fucking black eyes on a girl, that you're not just tossing your phone, you're fucking slamming that shit down.
First time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you.
He's clearly reading a prepared statement on his computer monitor.
And show you an example, chat. I'm brushing my teeth. Right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed.
I don't know, dude. Why are you throwing your phone that fucking hard? I get it. You can buy a new one tomorrow if it ever cracked. But still, I don't, dude. There is no need to throw a phone that hard.
I would just lob it over because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone. That's it.
Bullshit.
And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened.
Bullshit.
First time
Okay, Mizkif addresses the controlling allegations. I told her to dress older, stop wearing pajamas, stop talking about stalkers, past relationships. Yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I know I wasn't controlling. Should have ended the relationship. I'm sorry. Okay, interesting. Let's see what he's...
I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me.
You also told her that she couldn't play a certain class on WoW.
Said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted...
Who was she hanging out with that you were afraid of? Were these people with past allegations? Were these people that you knew secretly would do things to women? Like, dude, I get being a protective boyfriend, right? But like, not every dude wants to like assault your girlfriend.
I wanted to keep her safe.
I don't know. It sounds like to me she wanted to collaborate with certain streamers. He probably knows a thing or two about those streamers and was like, no, you can't hang out with them, because like he probably knows that they would try to make a move on her.
And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic.
It reeks jealousy, it does.
Told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights, but the stalkers continued.
So it's like, I don't know, it sounds like you want attention from her when you accept the attention. Like, I get it. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself, necessarily, not because you don't want to spend time with the person, right? But because like you just need a moment to yourself. I get that. But it's like, dude, you never wanted to spend time with her. And then when she's like, okay, well we're going no contact, then you want to spend time with her. Dude. Okay. Mizkif addresses the SA accusation.
We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted.
Okay.
She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general.
And you didn't apologize?
I got scared and left the house. I apologized if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying so.
I apologized if that made her uncomfortable. I don't know, dude. Did it make her uncomfortable? Did it fucking make her uncomfortable, dude? I don't know.
Sorry.
Maybe the fact that she had to like yell for you to stop. Maybe, yeah.
And I wish I said sorry back then. But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her, She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to
Go back. He apologized for if it made her uncomfortable. That he didn't say sorry, lol. Well, don't need to go, but yeah, no, exactly. Like, yeah, like it sounds like he's not sorry for the situation. Like, if you were sorry for the situation, you should have said that in your statement. Instead, he's just like, oh, I'm sorry that I didn't apologize. What? Brother.
to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had
Dude, okay. Yeah, this doesn't fit his like frat bro lifestyle where he's like, yeah, man, I'll just fucking like go to all the fucking Twitch parties, man, and just like fucking drink and hook up with whoever I want. And like, okay, like, I don't know, like, clearly you wanted to be with her, right? Clearly you wanted to be with her. It seems like you wanted it to be a casual thing. She wanted it to be long term. And one or two of you didn't communicate that well. You should have been more upfront, like, hey, like, I know we're like seeing each other again, but this is more like a casual thing. And like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't see anything she's doing wrong necessarily.
completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
Well, dude, you fucked up. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. You claim that you love this girl, but you do all this fucking awful shit to her. These just Asmongold clips now. Yeah, I think these are just Asmongold clips. Oh, here's one. Mizkif confirms that he did speak with someone on Emiru's team at TwitchCon. Oh. Let's hear him, chat. Let's hear him.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry, I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose.
Yeah, dude, you sound like you really do love her. It doesn't sound like you're just a fucking controlling narcissist. Dude, you are complete fucking scum of the earth, dude. Shame on you for how you're fucking acting. Because if you were really sorry about what fucking happened, you would not display the actions that you have displayed. Simple as that. Shame on you, dude. Seriously. Anyway, guys, this is Nerdy John signing out. Wait, before we sign out, we gotta thank all the lovely members of this channel, which, by the way, guys, if you want to become a member today, you can just join for 99 cents, and you get awesome stuff like exclusive members-only live streams, early content. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. But yes, we have to thank all of our lovely members. First off, we gotta thank Pigeon Salad for being a Super Nerd 3, going further beyond with your support, dude. Seriously, I can't thank you enough, man, for being the Super Nerd 3 tier. And then we gotta thank all of our lovely Super Nerd 1s. We got Weird Collar Guy, Cool Anime Girls, Wookie Z, Kickin' the Swede, Neon, Lady Nerdars, K-Huck, Daniel, and Annie. Seriously, thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. And stay tuned, because this is not the only live stream that you're going to get. Tonight, I'm going to be streaming with EG. Want to make sure I get full. I would just call him EG. EG Lately. I'm going to be doing a stream with him tonight around 7 p.m. EST. So if you're up around then, or you guys are chilling, stay tuned for that. I'm excited for that collab stream. This is Nerdy John signing out. Take care. Have a good day.
Does anyone know Alien Ant Farm? Yeah, cool. So this is movies. At slow speed, we all seem focused. In emotion, we seem wrong. In summer, we can taste the rain. I want you to be free. Don't worry about me. And just like the movies, we'll play out our last scene. Two can play at this game. We both want power. In winter, we can taste the pain. In our short years, we come a long way to treat it bad, just to throw it away. I want you to be free. Don't worry about me. And just like the movies, we'll play out our last scene. You won't cry, I won't scream. In our short years, we come a long way to treat it bad and throw away. And if we make a little space, science fiction showcase. In our short film, a love disgrace, dreamers seem to brighten face. And if we make a little space, science fiction showcase.